Welcome to another episode of IT Weekly, the show that helps you enhance instruction through innovation.
In today's episode, you're going to learn how to use conferences in Canvas.
So there's a lot of good features that we've talked about throughout this school year on Canvas, and today we're going to present another one, which is conferences.
Yeah, you're right. Conferences has a lot of great features. One of the things you can use conferences for are the virtual lessons that you use in your flipped classroom.
You can also use it for office hours or for conferences or mini meetings that you're going to have with your students, maybe a student-led conference.
You're right. You can also use it for meeting spaces for professional development between schools or between departments.
Right, so let's walk through, let us show you how you can set up and utilize conferences within Canvas.
Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the Conferences feature inside of Canvas. In order to do that, we're going to go ahead and select Conferences on the left-hand side on your navigation bar. Conferences are great for broadcasting real-time audio and video. One of the great features of utilizing the conference is the fact that it's going to be recorded for later viewing. As you can see in the conferences section, you have two different areas. You have a new conferences section as well as a concluded conferences section for different conferences that have already ended and that you can show. You have to remember that students can only view a conference which they were invited to, and if you have any students who enroll in your course after you create a conference, you'll need to go back into that conference and make sure you add them. Also, you need to understand that there is a max limit to the amount of people that can view a conference, and that limit is 50 people. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a conference. You do that by going ahead and clicking the Add Conference or New Conference button in the upper right-hand corner. You're going to go ahead and give your conference a name. So we're just going to name our CMS Learns Network Conference, and then we're going to call it 2. You're going to go ahead and then select a duration for your conference. We're just going to put in 10 minutes. You also have two options here that you can enable. The first one is whether or not you want to enable recording for this conference. This would be very helpful to utilize when you want to play it back for students who are absent, or even just to view for students who want to review this down the road. This no time limit option is for conferences that you want to stop and then come back to at a later time. You can then enter a description for this conference. Next, at the bottom, you need to select the members who are going to view this conference. And by default, all of the members in your course are invited. You can select particular members in your course by unchecking this option, and then scrolling down and selecting the members who you want to invite to this conference. When you are finished, you'll scroll to the bottom and select Update. So when you are ready to start your conference, all you need to do is go ahead and select the Start button. You'll get a couple options that you'll need to select. So it'll ask you, how do you want to join the audio? You can join by using your microphone. This way you can give feedback, or you can join in listen-only mode. You will then be asked for an audio test. You can go ahead and select No. You will then also get another audio test option and select Yes again. Once you begin your conference, if you selected the option to record the conference, you will get a notification at the top of your screen that you can record this conference. So in order to record your conference, all you're going to do is select the Start Recording feature at the top. It will then ask you, are you sure you want to start recording this session? Go ahead and select Yes. So the first thing we're going to take a look at is the various windows on your screen. You have a couple of windows like the user window and the presentation window. Let's take a look at the user window first. As you can see, this user window is going to contain a list of all of the users in your conference. And if you put or hover your mouse over a user, you can select Click to Make Presenter, and now that user is the presenter in the conference. You can also mute and unmute a person. You can also remove that user from the conference. If you scroll down to the bottom and click on the settings or the gear, you can clear all status icons from your users. You can mute all users. You can mute all users except for the presenter, and you can also lock all viewers. When you select Lock All Viewers, you will get a few features that you can lock from the users in your conference, like webcam and microphone. So at the top of your conference, you will see a menu bar displaying the name of your conference. There is a button to mute yourself. Then we've already gone over the recording button. If you are recording it and you want to stop recording your video, you can select this button right here. And it will then ask you whether or not you want to stop recording your session. Then you will see a share your desktop option. This will allow you to actually share your desktop with the users in your conference. One thing though, keep in mind that sometimes there is a delay in what you are showing on your desktop and what the user is able to view. Next, there is a share your webcam feature, and this feature will allow you and the users to see each other live through the webcam on your device. Next, there is an option to stop sharing your microphone. Next, we have the presentation window right in the very middle of your conference, and this is where the users will view what you're presenting to them. And one thing that you can actually share with users is a presentation that you already created. So if you select this upload presentation option in the bottom area, you can add a presentation to your conference. All you need to do is hit the select file. Now keep in mind that you're allowed to upload any Office document or PDF file. We highly recommend turning your Office document into a PDF prior to selecting it and uploading it because the conversion from a Office document to a PDF inside your conference is not very good. So I would recommend doing this before creating your conference. Once you have uploaded your PDF or Office document, you can then share that with your users in your conference. Next, you will see a polling feature at the bottom. You can actually start a poll, whether or not you want a yes, no, true, false, or a multiple choice, or even a custom poll with your users. Lastly, in the presentation window, you will see a couple whiteboard features here that you can add to your presentation. You can add some text in some different shapes, or you can even use the pencil to draw on your presentation. Okay, the last window we're going to discuss is this chat window on the far right-hand side. And this window will allow you to chat publicly with all of the users that are in your conference. If you want to chat privately with everyone, all you need to do is go ahead and select the Options tab at the top, and then select the user you want to chat with privately. A new tab will open up so you can chat privately with that user. On the very, very bottom, you will see an option to change the default layout of your conference. There are different layouts here like video chat or webcam meeting, and you can change the different layout of your windows and the way your conference is viewed for the moderator as well as the different users. When you are done with your conference, in the upper right hand corner you can select the log out button. It will then ask you if you want to log out of your conference. You can go ahead and select yes. So once you've ended your conference, you will see your conference listed under the Concluded Conferences section. If you chose to record your conference, it will take a few minutes for your conference to actually be created and uploaded to the Concluded Conferences section. And as you can see here, both of these conferences there are recorded parts to, but only the example one has an arrow. This shows me that if I click on that arrow, I can then click on this button and the conference will be viewed for me to share this link for other students. So this is how you can utilize a couple of different features and different options for conferences inside of Canvas.
So that is conferences in Canvas. So a lot of unique things they have in it that I really like. I think it's going to be very useful for people to be able to record their conferences for others to view later.
You're right. I think my favorite feature is the meeting spaces. Being able to do professional development between schools or between departments. So a lot of great features, guys. Make sure you check out Conferences in Canvas. That's going to do it for another episode of IT Weekly. Make sure you guys check out our website. The link is below. Our handle for Twitter is @CMS at the Core, or you can shoot one of us an email at our CMS Learns email address. Thanks again for tuning in. Make sure you guys check us out next week for another edition of IT Weekly.